Dr. Kimber. I'm excited to be with you again today. If you're joining me, go ahead and put your name maybe or where you're joining me from in the comments. It's always fun to hear that. Plus, I'm going to be asking some different questions, and if we can get some interaction going with you today, that's even more fun. We're going to talk about the thyroid. I know. We hear about it all the time. Thyroid, thyroid, thyroid. But more than anything, you probably hear more about your symptoms, or many of you might be having thyroid symptoms. So if you're feeling exhausted, struggling, maybe have some unexplained weight gain, you're dealing with some brain fog, maybe your hair is getting more thin, let me know. Put it in the comments. Say, yes, that's me. And here's what I want you to know, that there is hope for feeling better and for stopping this cycle of thyroid dysfunction that's going on in your body. So let's talk a little bit about your thyroid. Your thyroid is a butterfly-shaped gland in your neck, and it affects every single cell in your body, all right? It's basically your metabolic command center. So it's going to control your temperature, your weight, how much calories you burn, all of that. But I want to tell you a little bit about a patient. I'm going to give you a patient story. We're going to call this patient Sally. And Sally's story you might resonate with her story. She came to me wearing a thick sweater in summer because she was always cold. Her hair was falling out in clumps. She had gained like 30 pounds in 6 months despite barely eating anything. And she was so exhausted that she could barely make it through the day. Sound familiar to anybody? Let me know if it sounds like you. Here's what her doctors missed with Sally. First of all, they were looking for basic TSH levels. So if you walk in to a typical doctor's appointment and you say, I think I might have some thyroid issues going on, they're going to test your TSH and most likely nothing else. Here's something crucial that I think you need to understand. And that TSH is only the thyroid stimulating hormone that's made in the pituitary. It is not telling us exactly how your thyroid is doing. T4, which is 90% of the inactive form of thyroid, and T3, which is 10% of the active form of thyroid in your cells, is what your cells actually use. That is what we need to be testing, not just TSH. All right. So if you've ever gone to the doctor and had just a TSH blood test done, they didn't test anything else, let me know. All right, so let's do a quick body check. Place your hand on your throat just below your Adam's apple. That butterfly-shaped area right here that you're touching, that's what produces your hormones. That control your metabolism, that regulate your body temperature, that affect your heart rate, that impact your energy levels. All of those hormones, that hormone affects all of those things in your body. All right? Here's what's really fascinating and what changed everything for the patient we're calling Sally. Your thyroid just doesn't malfunction abnormally, randomly. Something has to happen. There's got to be a root cause that caused it to malfunction. Things like environmental toxins, stress, gut inflammation, nutrient deficiencies, hidden infections, even parasites. I talk about parasites a lot, but it's real. And they do cause the thyroid. They can be a cause to the thyroid malfunctioning. So let me break this down just a little farther for you. Your thyroid is kind of like an orchestra conductor. It is in control of all these different facets of your body and needing to keep everything in alignment. But if it can't function properly, it could possibly be things like toxins. It could possibly be things like just missing important nutrients. It could be things like your gut isn't converting your hormones properly. It can be things like your stress hormones are interfering with your thyroid production. These things can all impact your thyroid and make a difference in how your thyroid is acting. So here's where Sally's story got exciting and her healing journey started. The first thing we did was we removed the toxic environment, the toxic exposures that she was getting, especially mold in her office because she was dealing with mold. Then we healed her gut inflammation. We supported her stress hormone balance and got that all in order again. And then we added some key nutrients into her diet and to her daily lifestyle. Within 3 months of kind of making some of these major adjustments, 3 to 6 months, she started to see some changes happen. Her energy started to improve. The weight started to come off. Her brain fog lifted. And then by 6 months, she had lost a total of 15 pounds. She was sleeping through the night, and her anxiety was so much better. Anybody relate? All right. Hi, Ellie. It's good to have you. Glad that you're joining us from Iowa. Great to have you here. So let's talk about some immediate action steps that you can take. First, you want to get some comprehensive thyroid testing done. Your TSH, your T3, and your T4, but also free T4, free T3. You want to get your thyroid antibodies tested. Okay, so that's all super important, as well as your reverse T3. But you also probably need to get some nutrient levels checked. Your selenium, your iodine, your vitamin D, those are important to know as well. And then doing some toxicity screening. What is your body fighting? What is your body tissues holding on to that you don't even realize, but your thyroid might, and that's why it's malfunctioning. So it's important to get that toxicity screening done. Then the next thing you can do is you can clean up your environment. You can filter your water, getting good filters on your water. Filter your air. Our air can be majorly contaminated just by the off gases in our homes and in our offices. We can remove all the plastics in your kitchen, right? Be really cautious about that. That's a simple thing that you can do that cuts down on a lot of endocrine disrupting chemicals. Check for mold. Is there mold in your home? Is there mold in your office? Is there mold in your school if you're at school? How about your car? Check for mold. Make sure that it's not there, that you're not just ignoring that it's a problem. And by all means, if you find it, don't use bleach on it. Bleach actually aggravates and causes the spores to just be more productive. So you want to use something like vinegar or 12% hydrogen peroxide, something along that line, all right? Not bleach. And then check your personal care products. Clean them up. Do they have things like fragrance? Are they toxic? You can always go to ewg.org and you can check that against the products that you're using and see how they fall in there. You really want them to fall in the green category so that they're healthier and safer for you to use. The healing processes that I've worked with time and time again, that I've helped hundreds of patients use, are things, they go like this. There's 3 steps. First, we remove the interferences, things like toxins, inflammatory foods, stressors. All right? We remove those. Then we provide the right building blocks, making sure that your nutrients are good, you're clean, you're drinking clean water, you're breathing fresh air. And then we support the whole system. Gut health, stress management, hormone balance, all of those things. And when we have those things in order, you have an optimal working body. Your body works well. So before we wrap up, I want to just do something kind of powerful. I do want you just to place your hand on your thyroid, one hand on your thyroid and one hand on your heart. Okay? And then just take a deep breath, really deep. Feel those lungs expanding. Do you feel that connection? That's the first step towards healing. Your body is incredible. It's an incredible being, and it wants to heal. Sometimes it just needs the right support in order to heal. Remember, your symptoms aren't all in your head. I think that's really important that a lot of times I'll hear patients come and they'll say, all the tests came back normal, and now my doctor just thinks it's all in my head and wants to give me an antidepressant. And I'm sorry if you have heard that, because your symptoms are real. What's going on is real, and healing is absolutely possible. And I hope you believe this. Type believe in the comments if you believe that you can heal. I want to encourage you just to continue to tune in, listen and watch the things that I record. My whole goal is to help you to heal and to help you live a clean life and really get the most benefit out of all the things around you and live just your most fulfilled life. So if you need some help, be sure that you let me know. Reach out. I'll put my contact information in the comments so that you can reach out and set up an appointment. We'll have a discussion and see what we can do for you to help get you feeling better. I know this is a little bit shorter today. Hopefully that's okay. I know that the holiday seasons are coming and we have a lot on our plate. Don't let your health be one of them.